Social justice culture often takes us to some really weird places, especially during spooky season. Complaints of cultural appropriation have become a hallmark of Halloween, as much as pumpkin spice and warnings about drugs in the candy. But the SJWs have become bored of their natural habitats and have moved on to a new imaginary molehill to die on, and that is whether or not fictional serial killers are homophobic. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel despite the dumpster fire cesspool that I share with you every week. This video is brought to you all with the help of Blackout Coffee Company, your friendly mom and pop small batch coffee roasters who have tons of great brews and specialty flavors, and have a sale going on right now on some of their holiday flavors and K-Cups. Also, I will admit to drinking their pumpkin spice because I'm 1/4 basic bitch. Apparently, fictional serial and spree killers can go all murder happy in the movies for decades, racking up the body counts, and no one cares until 2 of the victims just happen to be a gay couple, and that is where social justice Twitter draws the line. This article, originally by Pink News and reposted on Yahoo, made the rounds this week, and I thought it was a joke until I investigated it for myself on Twitter. Don't do that, by the way, because there is also apparently a subset of people who find Michael Myers sexy, and I can never unsee the image entitled Michael Myers nipple play. Rule 34 is real, people. It is very real. Anyway, Michael Myers is back in the Halloween franchise with Halloween Kills, and the particular plot point, if you can call it that started this whole thing is when Myers goes on his usual murderous rampage and ends up back at his childhood home. Turns out that a gay couple lives there now named Big John and Little John, one of which you might recognize as Stuart from Mad TV, which somehow escaped the people taking this scene very seriously.
Look what I can do! What the hell was that?
As most horror movie victims do, the Johns realize there's an intruder in the house and go looking for him, even though they're not properly armed, and as typical, they both end up dead.
Didn't see that one coming.
This somehow makes Michael Myers homophobic, despite killing 124 victims across 40 years before this movie even came out. This movie brings the body count up to 158 equal opportunity horror movie deaths. But now, finally, because 2 of those victims are gay men, Michael Myers needs to be stopped. Nonetheless, as even this writer for a queer geek culture magazine pointed out, she at first thought it was just a meme, laughed, and moved on. And then was surprised to see discussions of the killer's supposed homophobia trending on Twitter. Because sadly, the social justice-centric Twitter universe that is only probably about 2% of the actual population is what drives pop culture. Joke or not, some people turned it into a legitimate discussion that was picked up by Pink News, Yahoo, TMZ, and various other pop culture rags. There were debates as to whether or not the LGBT community should celebrate their inclusion and representation in the horror movie franchise, or be offended that the gay men weren't allowed to live. Some went even further to compare Michael Myers to Chucky, who got his own series this year, and apparently along with it, a confirmed gender-fluid child.
You know, I have a queer kid.
You have a kid.
Gender fluid.
And you're cool with it.
I'm not a monster, Jake.
The scene comes after Chucky reads his new owner's diary and discovers the boy has a crush on another boy at school. The connotation is that having trouble understanding or being perceived as unaccepting of the ever-increasing range of genders is worse and more monstrous than being an evil serial killer who used a dark voodoo ritual to live forever. And that it's totally okay to invade someone's privacy so long as it's in the pursuit of inclusion and representation. The Wholesome Moment, we'll call it, spurred ridiculous headlines like, "Not so evil, Chucky becomes an LGBTQI ally in new series," and "Yes, Chucky will stab you in the kidney, but he'll also go to Pride with you."
This is what really matters.
Other articles praised how Chucky's spawn, who first revealed their gender confusion in 2004, is now non-binary canon. It turns out that the new doll is actually a case of two souls being trapped in the same doll body, but regardless, it's still a story about a doll. And people are cheering for its gender, or lack thereof. As in, assigning a gender, or non-gender, to a hunk of plastic is something to be celebrated.
I don't get it.
People in the comments call the scene parental progress, call Chucky progressive, and say that the possessed doll is a low-key, non-binary icon, which is a really weird flex. Also that Chucky is a better parent than most conservatives. Because being a foul-mouthed, creepy serial killer is still better than being a Republican. Now some of the folks who spawned this controversy are backtracking, saying it was all just a big joke and that they didn't mean to make their fellow SJWs and LGBT Twitter friends look bad. A couple of the op-eds making the accusations against Myers have been taken down, but they were still written in the first place, because we live in a time where it has become almost impossible to differentiate satire from reality. And for every homophobic Michael Myers op-ed that's been taken down, there's 2 or 3 pieces about Chucky and how the whole franchise is really a coming out story. At the end of the day, Michael Myers' apparent newfound homophobia is not the first controversy to hit the film. Because Myers kills pretty much everyone, as is a hallmark of the slasher genre, he happens to kill some firefighters in the new movie. A petition on change.org made the internet rounds earlier this month, calling the scenes with the firefighters offensive and demanding they be removed from the movie so as to not give other murderers the idea of calling in fake fires to lure in first responders and kill them. There was also apparently some chatter about the film being anti-woman because of some particularly brutal way that Myers killed a female victim. Because movies just aren't allowed to be movies anymore, and everything has to make some political statement about something. And if it doesn't, people will find a way to force it. That's it for today's pop culture trash. If you're new here and end up liking this video, feel free to take a look around and make good with the YouTube algorithms. By popular request, I also have channel memberships now available that give you the same perks and exclusive Discord access as the folks on Patreon and Subscribestar, if that's something that you're into. As always, no matter how you support the channel, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.